What's up? I feel like George.
All this time later, just a curiosity, the Adam thing. He just yelled something from the dugout and got thrown, or
he did what?
Did he just yell something from the dugout?
Well, I think it was from the batter's box to the dugout, and I didn't get over. In time. You'd like to think that it's unfortunate. I'd like to see him, and it's not like he's up there around the plate area arguing anything. He's walked away. He's in the dugout and pitch away from moving on to the next hitter. But that was from Brian. Is that Brian or okay? What are you gonna say? Yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't like it to happen. Adam doesn't. I don't know everything that was said, and other than that, I had a pretty good game behind the plate, I thought, for the number of innings and calls he made.
This is one of those games where you could pull a lot of things out of it beyond just the walk-off. Mancini's catch in the top half of the inning, Manny's play at third, things like that.
Which play of Manny's play at third? And those plays don't get made by the third baseman, okay? Because he makes them look so. It's the velocity he can create on the move with different arm angles. Both catchers did a great job helping putting zeros up, and Castro didn't want to pitch him tonight. He felt great today and was trying to stay away from him as much as I could. Brad and Zach each gave us 2 innings. And Yacobonis got his first win, I would hope, because I knew there was a lot of clamor in the clubhouse before I left. Them celebrating it with him, let's put it that way.
You said plays that like a lot of third basemen don't make. The play to Jonathan, second base, when he came home with it with Pilar running, how tough of a play is that?
Bobby's real good. Dickerson's real good at reading whether the guy's going or not with infield in. We try to change our depths a little bit by his read. And, Pilar's real good at that. And John might be the only second baseman that makes that play because of the arm strength. And Caleb stuck it in there because, there's a slight back door open there because you got it from that angle. And, that there's so many plays like that. It's a good game to win, but you got to do so many things for it to happen. I knew about the third or fourth inning, a lot like Dylan, Biagini had 4 pitches going at any point in the count, and it was a challenge. But our bullpen was as good as theirs tonight.
What's the injury to Gentry and how long?
It's a laceration and a fracture. So, special see him tomorrow or Sunday, and the doctor said it's not displaced, which would be a longer term. So, we'll have a better idea about how long the next day or so when the doctor looks at him. The bunt, and then he finished up the at-bat. But I was talking to him in my office before I came down here. Pretty tough. He's been a big piece for us, and I know y'all have got to see the things he does every night for us. That's a loss for us.
Buck, you're right to compliment the bullpen tonight, but talk a little bit about your starting pitcher tonight.
Very quietly, he's there's another guy that seems to really prosper this time of year with the extra rest. I mean, this guy's leading the league in starts. Okay, and Kevin has very quietly really come on in a time of need, and he was solid. And I was hoping to get that other inning out of him, but it just wasn't there for him. You could see he was leaking a little oil, but he's maintained stuff, later in games too. He's really shown some durability this year.
Earlier in the season, he was searching for his splitter a little bit. Just the progression that pitch has made. Is that tonight kind of an example of that?
Yeah, I think so. And the command of the fastball has been so much better, and that's really what set everything else up for him.
With Gentry's injury, does that make you maybe bring somebody else up that you wouldn't have otherwise?
Well, it brings the 3 pitchers into play if you want to go get them that haven't been down 10 days with the Oriole rule. So, if you DL him, obviously he's not going to be able to play for the 10 days. It's just a matter of how long. But the one thing he can do is run. So you got to weigh that against it. You can, once you get the splint in there and the mitt over it, he might still be able to bring that to us in 10 days. Well, I don't think it's, there's some moving parts there. We're going to have to see what the doctor says and see what the risk involved in. I'm sure there's going to be a period where the swelling, everything's going to have to go down where you don't want to even risk sliding with it. So we'll see what he says.
Buck, did it really difficulty on Mancini's catch when that ball hit over his head and he has really no angle?
Y'all been able to watch the process of him from being first baseman. When we saw it in spring training, all the work, little by little, and I'm sure you watched during BP, home and away, early BP, he's out there. He wants to be good at it, and he knows what an impact. And I tell you, the last month, it's really come together for him out there. You can tell his breaks, his confidence level, getting a feel for the third deck. A lot of people miss, coming to big leagues, the depth perception on the third deck that you never have in the minor leagues is really a challenge early on. But I never, thought that he would throw and pick it up that quickly, but he has.
I know this isn't for you to decide, but is it time that Jonathan's name is starting, should be in consideration for?
I was talking about it 2 months ago, if y'all remember. And
he keeps doing it in pressure situations.
Yeah, John just, I think there was a lot of pressure on Manny to score for John. Yeah, he would never heard the end of it. But I've been talking about it, so I could use some help. He's not, and I'm talking about both sides of the ball. But, a lot of them that were shoe-ins a couple of months ago have kind of might be behind him now. I'm trying to stay off the bulletin board here. I'm not too good at it. We good? I'm tired.